What's up, guys? This is Kalo, and normally I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, but we are here on another episode of Community Kitchen to cook up some more conversations about our favorite games. And who better to join me than my sous chef? I figured it out. You're the sous chef here on Community Kitchen. Then, Aiden, why don't you say what's up?
Just because nobody's going to say it, we're going to stir the pot.
Oh, I like that. I like
We
that a
we've
lot.
gone. This is like episode 3 or 4 since the name change, and nobody has said stir the pot.
Yeah,
Come on.
there was another reference you made. I gotta go back and look at that video. But we are gonna be talking about a game that has caught fire, no pun intended. Marvel Rivals. It's doing well, and we're here to kind of forecast what lies ahead for the game. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on around this amazing piece of art here. And speaking of art, let's kick off things here with Mr. Fantastic. And you came across something that might please not only Marvel fans, but anime fans and just, I don't know, fans of the game in general. So what's happening here?
I mean, if you're a fan of like One Piece in general, thank you. I am One Piece tattoos. Woo.
There they are.
But but if you're a fan of One Piece, I mean, what is Mr. Fantastic but just a Luffy? I mean, so many people have pointed it out that I find it hilarious and just worth talking about in general. That his attacks, well, yes, okay, he's a stretchy man, whatever,
Yeah.
but he always has been since before Luffy. But I mean, come on, his attacks definitely mimic like what Luffy does with like Gum Gum Pistol, Gum Gum Bazooka. They mimic that, and then specifically his ultimate. A lot of people are like, that looks exactly like Gear 4 Luffy,
It's
and I
so,
love it.
with him, it's so hard to like not box him into this general category with Luffy. But at the same time, it's like, all right, am I viewing this wrong? Any press is good press. Is that wrong to say here? Because like people are talking about the game in general. I'm not gonna like discount that. But the added like, oh, this hero kind of looks like Luffy, plays like him, the combat's similar. Is that like, am I wrong in saying that's a good thing that people are comparing the two?
No, I mean it is a good thing. I mean, like you said, any press is good press here, and I mean, really, they have a comparison. Cool. I mean, even the clips of like some NSFW things going on with Mr. Fantastic is still good press in my opinion for him because like it just draws more people in. Like, oh my god, what is this game?
Well, that's the thing too, and for what it's worth, I've grazed Marvel Rivals. I haven't dove in fully, but the things I'm seeing online are some badass skins, the character models for select heroes. I'll just leave that as broad as it could
A lot of
possibly.
butts, a lot of
I
butts.
was gonna say I'm keeping it as broad as I possibly can,
No,
but that yes,
but
I've
it's
seen.
family friendly here. Butts.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna go that route. And this now trails us into one of those characters, being the Invisible Woman, Mr. Fantastic's wife. What's going on with her, and why is she overpowered? That's what I need to know.
Well, okay, so there's two things that a lot of people have been pointing out. Like, so one, if you combine her with Doctor Strange, you can have Doctor Strange create a portal next to the opening. Like on certain game modes, like you can have him like put a portal right next to the entrance for the enemy team, and then put the other portal like way off the map, and you can set it just outside of their spawn where they can't see it. And so when you run out, you can have Invisible Woman just go push,
I heard
like
her.
push.
I heard her thing, like her alt. I don't know the lingo here, but like her thing is she can make everyone around her invisible, which is kind of like what? Like
Yeah,
that's pretty damaging for a game like that, where it's like, all right, you can pretty much cloak your whole team and just move like in silence, or you can't be seen. So how do
yeah.
you keep track of everything there?
I mean, you have that, and then you also have like. So remember when we talked about the bot thing a while back?
Yeah,
So we talked about the bots. Like, go check out that video if you guys haven't seen it. and Subscribble, if you're interested in more stuff like this. But we talked about the bots and how they are in games. Like whenever you lose, they just like get put into games and everything. Invisible Woman also with her invisibility, she can just land right in front of an area where bots will run and block them
Oh.
and prevent them from being able to get around her, thus damaging the enemy team if they have bots on their team.
Which is a lobby I'll be in for sure, as far as, like, I'm not good at these type of games. Now, I want to ask you, because we were just talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows and X Defiant and all the problems there of how they didn't churn out content and how that ultimately kind of killed X Defiant. According to Tom Henderson from Insider Gaming, we do have potential leaks coming from X user XOX underscore leak on X. A lot of X's there. We're going to be getting 5 new heroes in Professor X, who is going to be a support, Jaya Jing, who is a support class, Paste Pot Pete, which is a damage person. The lingo here, I'm going to reference you for all this. Colossus.
DPS.
There we go. Colossus is going to be a tank, and Locust is going to be a support. Now, this is the thing with Marvel Rivals, and I had this point I really wanted to make. We are in, and I queued this joke up, we are in the endgame for Marvel Rivals. Only for the fact, look at that, endgame reference. We're past the point where it's like, is this game gonna catch on? Is this gonna survive? No, I think we're at the point where we can kind of say, like, yeah, Marvel Rivals is gonna be a thing for a lot more time. Like, whether it's a few more years. I think we're at that point, and this is a prime example of it. Constant content. We love that here.
Yeah. Sorry. What you said also reminded me of somebody I'm going to call out here in the journalism world
Ooh.
in general. I don't know their name, but whoever it is that either works for the Gamer or works for Game Rant, who said specifically, "Hey, Marvel Rivals, your issue is that you have too much content." Fuck you. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying it.
You
You don't
never
deserve
have too
to
much.
be in this. You don't deserve to be in journalism if you think too much content is a bad thing.
It's like, I just don't understand that. Like, categorically, like, we complain often about how there's not enough. And then, yeah, to say no, especially for a game like this, where it's like live service, it's free to play, that's the thing that keeps people coming back for more. You're gonna say no to that? And then there was also a few more heroes, and Angela, Hitmonkey, Deadpool, Captain Marvel,
Yep.
Emma Frost, Phoenix, Jean Grey, and MODOK. I think
Did you
this
say
is
Blade?
great. I did
Blade
not.
is supposed to be.
Blade
Yeah,
was
Blade
not
is
mentioned
supposed to be
here.
coming too.
Oh, okay. I mean, again, it's great stuff. Like, to say, oh, we don't need more of that. You do, especially for this game to survive past a year. I think if we're by, what? Do we want to say the end of the year, if Marvel Rivals is still kind of hanging around? We can, like, say it's, alright, it's up there with the Valorant, it's up there with, like, those competitive shooters. Like, is that too crazy to say, or spot on?
No, I think that's fair. I mean, really, I would say if it's still here by like midsummer, I'd say it's got a good chance. But if it's here by the end of the year, then it's definitely sticking around.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, Marvel has so much content they can use, considering like how many heroes does Marvel have? I think it's over 8,000 different characters. So it's
Yeah.
like, how long is it going to take you to reach that? I mean, you do 4 seasons a year, one for each, like, season of the year in general, like every quarter, and add 4 heroes every season. Okay, cool. That's 16 heroes a year.
It
But
is.
that's still gonna take you like 50 years before you're scratching that.
And it's
like,
like you're not even including movie tie-ins, because
Yeah.
they have to do movie tie-ins. Like Captain America: Brave New World, that's coming out soon-ish.
oh, for sure.
So they have to do like a Red Hulk tie-in, or Sam Wilson, or somebody from that.
Oh, sure.
Money.
And they also have, like, you said movie tie-ins, but it's not just like, oh, they could bring in skins from the movies. They could also just, like, they have countless storylines they can do. Like, each season is supposed to be like a new storyline. Like, I don't know what the story is for season 1. I want to say what is like Dracula is trying to take over the city or something.
Okay.
And so, cool, you have that storyline with the Fantastic Four. That's nice. Now, next season, what you can pull from the Infinity War storyline, you can pull from like any storyline you can think of. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, like
Yeah.
any of them, literally any of them. There's like thousands of stories that they have that you could just, or you can even make up new ones. The content stream's endless here.
It is. It is. And according to Insider Gaming here, Season 1 hit a game high, like, of concurrent players of 644,269 players. I want to point out, Concord, not to bring this game up, and it's been dragged 10,000 times over. Rest in peace. Yeah, everyone's crying for that game. That had, like, what? 700 concurrent players?
Less than Squirrel with a Gun, I can tell you that.
Exactly. But this is the problem. And to say that we're double backing on opinions, it's not the case here. It's just basically saying this is that genre done right. You're doing something different, you're doing something that stands out, albeit it has the Marvel IP backing it, which, going against Concord, a homegrown thing, there's obviously some lopsided things there. But overall, gameplay mechanics, everything that you're doing at the core of this game is different. It stands out. It's not like Overwatch. It's not like Valorant. It's not like any of that. It is its own thing, and it's working.
It is. And you know what? I will point out, too, like, because you just mentioned, like, you brought up Concord, and I will say, like, I saw people talking about the two and comparing them. And the main comparison a lot of people had was just, hey, look at character design in general. And they weren't talking about, oh, just like look at female characters or anything like that. They were looking at, so look across all the characters.
They're
Like,
cool.
Marvel has a cool standout selection of characters that each of them look badass, and each of them have that classic comic book kind of style to them.
Yeah.
And then you look at Concord, where a lot of them look like, just to put it bluntly, like a hot mess.
Yeah.
It looks like they took the character creator, hit randomize, and then went, that's the character you're getting.
Yeah.
And it shows in that. And a lot of people, like, they want to resonate with a character with the character they choose. And nobody could resonate with any of the characters that you chose in Concord.
Yeah. Also, real quick to add, at the end of December 2024, Marvel Rivals achieved 20 million unique players combined.
Wow.
Crazy numbers. But again, it proves the point. You can come out here and say, I want to do a hero shooter, I want to do Overwatch, I want to do that stuff. Great. You better come prepared. You better come with something that has that juice or whatever. And like you said here, I think it's a combination of, one, the gameplay, the art style, and just overall, it's a fresh take on something. Oddly enough, it's hard to kind of find that fresh take where it's like, you're never really going to get another Rocket League or, what's another one? Fortnite. Sure, let's just say that. Like, you're never going to get another one of those. But iterations on that, different takes, those can survive. And clearly, Marvel Rivals is doing it in spades. But you played it. Like, do you have any closing thoughts on this game in general? Moving forward, what do you expect from it? Anything like that?
I mean, I am not a big hero shooter person. I personally am not. That is John's thing. John, our guy, he loves those games. He was super into Overwatch. He's super into this. But personally, I played it. I thought it was fun. I think it's fun. I still play it a little bit. Now, I'm not like, no expert. I'm not going to go playing competitive. But for what I play of it, I have a fun time. I think it's worth, investing in. And I think ultimately it's going to end up surpassing Overwatch, like, more so than it already has. Because it already has surpassed Overwatch.
Yeah, and now's the time to do it.
Yeah, so, like, I think it's just going to continue. I think it's going to continue what it's doing. It's going to be up there with the greats. And it's definitely, like, I foresee Overwatch kind of, like, dying out because of this game.
Well, they floundered with Overwatch 2, and now that they're getting a different taste of something, I think it'll work. I'm very interested to see where we are as far as Marvel Rivals, if it's as popular by next December, or this December, I should say, because that'll be really telling. Like, where we are this time next year, it's going to be a whole different ball game there. Many of other games are going to come out. GTA 6, that's coming out for sure. For
shoot
sure.
You down.
Yeah, it's going to happen. It has to happen. But yeah, I'm very interested in Marvel Rivals. I'm planning to pick it up after I beat Indiana Jones because I'm baby walking through that game. I need to get through it. I promise I'm going to finish it. It's going to be done by the end of this month. Hold me to it. On January 13th, it's going to be done.
You know what? I say, like, if you're watching this, say it in the comments, like, do you think Marvel Rivals is actually going to stick around?
Yeah.
Do you think it's good? What do you think about it? What are your favorite characters? Why do you keep liking to look at Invisible Woman so much? We need to know.
Can't look at her if she's invisible. She's not technically there. But where we are is in our Discord. You might want to join that because we're always talking about video games there. And subscribe to Game Sandwich for more gaming content just like this. But as of right now, I've been Kalo, joined by Aiden, and we'll see you guys next time. If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.